Good afternoon, everyone. This is Al, aka Dusty Brick Brown, with the Comic Haul and Roundtable discussion, and I will be bringing to you a comic book haul. I haven't done a haul video in about maybe 2 weeks, or maybe a little bit longer than that. However, I have amassed a plethora of comics between then and now. New comics, back issues, dollar bin goodness, along with an AOK that I and the rest of the Comic Haul and Roundtable crew received from Robert Galvin, aka the Comic Book G Spot on IG and YouTube, aka the G-Man, which we are very appreciative of. So what I'm going to do today, I'm actually going to break this down into several videos. I don't know how many, because if I attempted to do a haul video on everything that I've gotten over the last few weeks, it's probably going to be at least an hour plus long, and I don't want to do y'all like that. So what I'm going to do is go over the most recent stuff that I picked up, and I'm also going to do my AOK from the G-Man. So I'm going to start with my dollar bin books and my back issue books, starting with Black Panther number 31. Now this wasn't a dollar bin book. I think this book was around maybe $2-3, maybe even $4, I can't remember. But it is a cover, of course, dealing with Storm and Black Panther. I want to say this is volume 4 of the run. Storm, according to Marvel, is supposed to be getting a big push next year. They're wanting to do a lot of stuff with her. So if you are not a fan of the Uncanny X-Men Volume 1 series, issues, because some of those back issues, even for non-keys, are insane or up there. But yeah, Black Panther 31, I think, is volume 4. Black Panther Storm, I think this was when they were actually going to get married. All right, the next book is going to be an Amalgam book. Now a lot of people don't know about Amalgam. Amalgam was a joint venture between DC and Marvel back in the 90s. Essentially what happened was that DC and Marvel decided to play nice, and what they opted to do is come together and allow for their properties to be merged. Now this, of course, is an amalgam of the X-Men as well as the Metal Men, and Magneto is their leader. So yeah, this was one of the ones. They mainly did one shots. I think there might have been 1 or 2 books within the whole Amalgam series that had more than one issue. I can't remember specifically, but I do have a good bit of them. Lobo the Duck is actually one of the Amalgam books, and I think that might be one of the most expensive of the Amalgam books that's out there. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, just tell me in the chat. And yeah, but yeah, I'm looking for a few more of these to complete my run of the Amalgam books, and hopefully I'll find them soon. Next book is a dollar bin book, and it is none other than Space Ghost. Yeah, I had to do it. But anyway, Space Ghost number 5. This was a 6-issue limited series by DC. I want to say it came out like in 04, 05. Space Ghost, and I haven't read it, but I'm a fan of old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Space Ghost is one of those properties. I actually have 5 of the issues. I'm missing number 3. Of course, this is some Alex Ross goodness. Space Ghost is about to lay the smackdown on somebody. Who that is, I'm not sure, because again, I haven't read the book, but I do plan on reading it once I get all of them together. Next up is Richie Rich Fortunes number 58. If you are a longtime subscriber of the channel, or if you know me personally, you know that I am a fan of Richie Rich. Kind of started off by, back in the day, I was going to the grocery store with my mom, and back then they had spinner racks. They had your magazine racks, which they still have today. But on the spinner racks, they would typically have like Reader's Digest, and then they have the other small books, Farmer's Almanacs, and then they had digest, comic book digest. Specifically, I remember Archie and Richie Rich. So I used to pick up Richie Rich and Archie Digest. They were little small, condensed comic books, probably around maybe 75, 80 pages or so. And they were pretty dope. Unfortunately, I don't have any of them anymore, but that's where my love and my collection in reference to Richie Rich came from. So I am a fan of Richie Rich, and I'm looking to collect as many of them as possible. Along with that one, that was $1, by the way. This one was Richie Rich and Jackie Joker's number 29. I got this book for $2. This particular book, I actually don't own any of the, well, before buying this book and the next book, I didn't own any in this series. Richie Rich had a lot of different titles back in the late 60s to mid 80s. And I would say for each title, there's probably about 100 plus issues per each title. And I do have a good bit of Richie Rich books, but nowhere near as much as what's out there. So yeah, I got work on my hands, so I'm gonna hunt and try to get as many of them as I possibly can. Next one is Richie Rich and Jackie Joker's number 31. Another Harvey team up between Jackie Jokers and Richie Rich. If I'm not mistaken, Jackie Jokers had his own comic book as well. Harvey is known for Casper, the Friendly Ghost, Hot Stuff, the Little Devil, and a lesser known character, Little Lotta, and there was a few more. But I also read Casper too and Hot Stuff. But Richie Rich is my dude. So, but if I can find some other ones as far as under the Harvey imprint, I'll pick those up too. Next up, DC. I only got 2 books this week from DC. First one, Robin King number 1. Now, I did a little venting session on my little segment on the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion, off the rack, and it was in reference to Robin King, that first shot that DC did, and how the book was overpriced in my opinion. It wasn't really considered the first issue or the first appearance of Robin King, but the hype behind it got it to where the book was being sold for roughly $25, $30 plus. Now it's actually dropped to about $12-15 now. But this one just came out this week. It's a one-shot in the death metal series. Now I love death metal. I bought the Dark Knights metal series, one-shots, the whole 9. So I'm doing the same thing with death metal. This was a fairly intriguing read. Don't know where Robin King is going to land after all this series is over with. He has potential. Joker is stone crazy. Like, he is crazy in a psychopathic way. If you don't know, in this version of the Dark Multiverse of his world, he's actually the son of Thomas and Martha Wayne. And the night that they died, he killed them. And he actually killed Joe Chill as well. So yeah, dude is crazy. But this was a very intriguing read. It fleshed him out a lot. And he did receive some character development in this particular story. I'm just weary to see if he's just going to be a one-off after the death metal series is over, or if they're going to keep him around as a sidekick of the Batman Who Laughs. Speaking of death metal, I picked up Death Metal number 4, the A cover. I also bought the John Stewart cover as well, the Green Lantern cover, but I couldn't find that one before I started recording. But yeah, Death Metal number 4. The John Stewart cover, by the way, is an art journal cover, and it's pretty dope. It's on my Instagram page, Dusty Brick Brown. But yeah, this one, I love this series. I love the story. I love what they're doing. I kind of look at it like, of course, an Elseworlds or a What If type situation. But with my fascination and my enjoyment of the Dark Knights dark metal series, I want to go ahead and continue the ride with death metal. So it's worth the pickup in my honest opinion. Next up is some Marvel goodness, starting off with Juggernaut 2. This came out last week. Juggernaut 2 is a continuation. I think this is a 5-issue limited series that is going to detail what happened to Juggernaut right after or during the time or around the time that the X-Men went to Krakoa. Of course, he's not a mutant, even though he's a longtime foe of the X-Men and one of my favorite villains. This basically shows what he's been doing in the meantime. So issue 2 came out this past week. He's fighting, of course, the Immortal Hulk. So I can't wait to get into that one. I'm probably going to read that one this afternoon. Staying in line with the Hulk, I got Immortal Hulk 38, the A cover. Alex Ross Goodness breaking out of the chains of misery and strife and whatever else is holding the Hulk. And yeah, this one I actually got started with late. I'm missing a lot of books from issue 1 through 26. So at some point in time, I'm going to go back and pick those up. I know some of them are going to be pricey because they're keys. I think I want to say about at least 5 or 6 of the books are key issues. $20+ price tag on them. So yeah, hopefully by the time I start looking for those books, they'll go down in price. Because all I really want to do is to read them, you know. So all right, so staying in line with the Hulk, we got Maestro number 3. This came out this past week. Maestro met up with Rick Jones. I don't know if they're talking about hair replacement systems or what, but Maestro looks pretty pissed at Rick Jones, which was his ace boon coon at one point. So it'll be interesting to see this. I actually saw some videos on YouTube about the first one. I picked it up. I wasn't planning on getting it. Picked it up, read it. Okay, it was pretty cool. Number 2 I haven't read. Number 3, of course, haven't read that one, so I plan on getting caught up with that one as well. That one might be on the back burner because I got another series that I really need to catch up on, which I'm going to showcase next. Skipping from the Hulk to the Mutants, we have New Mutants 13 variant edition. This is part 7 of 23 for the X of Swords. This is the Peach Momoko variant. I am torn on Peach Momoko. I've seen some pretty good pieces that she's done. I've said this on many occasions, and I mean no disrespect to Peach Momoko, but it seems like she's being pushed really hard, like she's just this golden child. And like I said, she's had some really nice pieces, but a lot of her stuff is hit and miss. This is a pretty decent cover. I figured I'd pick it up mainly because my LCS didn't have the A cover, so I plan on getting the A cover. But also picked this up so I could read, you know, the story as far as the X of Swords. I have not read any of the X of Swords yet. I am dejected and disgusted that I have not, but I will be getting caught up soon. Next will be Cable number part 8 of 22 of X of Swords. I do not collect Cable at all. As a matter of fact, during the time I collected comic books, I have never collected a Cable series. Although Cable was cool in my opinion in X-Force and in the New Mutants, I really didn't like a solo series from him. There's only one Cable book that I'm really looking for, and I think that's Cable number 12 or 14 or 16 volume 1, and that's the first appearance of Marrow. Other than that, unless I can find the Cable volume 1 books for like 50 cents or a quarter a pop, not really been a solo Cable fan. However, I picked this up because it's part of the X of Swords storyline, and again, since I have not actually read this, I will be reading this, hopefully getting caught up this evening. Hopefully. We shall see. Staying in line with X of Swords, we got X of Swords part 10 of 22, X-Men number 13. Apocalypse is on the scene, and he's looking really mean. That's some Dolomite job for y'all. But Apocalypse is on the cover, of course, and apparently those individuals behind him are his original 4 horsemen. So it's going to be interesting to see how this actually plays out, because from what I've read, they're retconning his origin a bit from, you know, X Factor 6 on forward. So we'll see whether or not that has any forbearing on his previous first appearance, which is X Factor number 6 volume 1, going forward. But I'm interested to see what they did with him. Staying in line with X of Swords, I got Excalibur 13. And from what I was told, this particular book, it has a quote unquote death in the book. Now, who that might be, I don't know. Know why my camera is not showing Excalibur at the bottom, but you all see it. Got Betsy Braddock and Brian Braddock on the cover, duking it out. And yeah, I heard there was some stuff going on in this particular book too. So we shall see what's going to happen. Move that out of the way. So we'll see what happens when I read it. Hopefully we can do like a little conversation, comic confab, with some of the members of the panel that's reading this. Hopefully we can do the same thing with the Exosaurus that we're doing with the Batman 3 Jokers. Time and availability has kind of gotten into the way, so hopefully we can get together before the end of the series to try to give our thoughts on what happened. So alright, so the next few books I'm going to show are going to be the timeless variants that I picked up over the last couple of weeks. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what some of these books are. I know some of these books are like B covers to some of the books that I've already shown. But I'm going to start off with Beast. Beast looks like he's just happy and content with life. And, you know, he wants nothing more than just to be loved. That's what he looks like. So I want to say, I can't remember, but it's one of the X books. It might be X Factor. I'm not sure. Please don't hold it to me. It's in my CLZ app, but I can't remember. Now this one is an Avengers book, 26, I think. Don't know for sure. But of course, you know, this is T'Challa, Wakanda Forever, on the cover. I mean, these are some dope books, y'all. These timeless variants, and I talk to Matt about this quite regularly, and we always say, man, it's a wonder why Marvel didn't do these like in 1 in 50 and 1 in 25 variants, because the artwork, man, is superb, and honestly, they are worthy for a 1 in 50 or 1 in 25 variant. However, I don't like paying that kind of money for a variant, so I'm glad they actually put them out for cover price. Next is a Captain America book, and of course that's Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, with Red Wing on the cover. Again, Thomas variant for Alex Ross. Dope cover. Next is one of the X-Men books, Angel on the front of the cover, looking pristine and regal. It's one of my least favorite books, but because of the fact that he's a member of the X-Men, personally I would have rather seen Archangel, but you know, Angel will do. Spider-Woman, I think this is Spider-Woman number 5. I could be wrong. 5 or 6 Thomas variant, dope cover. It's one of my my favorite covers behind the Jean Grey and the Colossus and the Storm, which I don't have the Colossus and the Jean Grey yet. I gotta get those. So this one just came out last week. This one was one of the first ones that came out. However, I just picked it up. It's Captain America. That's a dope cover. Photorealistic, just nice overall. I mean, Alex Ross is one of my favorite artists, you know, behind Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri. I love Alex Ross's work. He does some very good work. Keeping in line with that, we got Cyclops, which he used to be one of my least favorite X-Men, but after he took over and became militant, he became tolerable. So yeah, this is a dope cover nonetheless. Got the visors glowing, the ruby red quartz. He's ready to blast somebody as soon as he takes his hands out of the cross position. Next book is another X-Men variant, Nightcrawler, Kurt Wagner. Dope cover. Don't know which one it is. Please forgive me. I should know, but I don't. It's in my CLZ. I'm just getting these covers because they are amazing to me. Really nice cover. Alex Ross, he really did the thing with these. I have a feeling, and I talked to some of the panelists on the show Wednesday. I met Larry and Xavier up at the local comic book shop we have here. Shout out to Primetime Gaming. And I have a feeling that eventually with these hero books, Marvel didn't release any villains for this timeless variant. So I think if they decide to do this again, the next go around is probably going to be villains. So we'll probably see Apocalypse, we'll probably see Magneto, Doctor Doom, Kang the Conqueror. Heck, we might even see Michael Korvac, never know. But I have the feeling since they did heroes this time around, they'll probably do villains the next time. And if you're wondering, you probably see my finger. I cut myself earlier. I'm not shooting a bird at anybody. I don't have any band-aids, so you have the jerry-rig stuff. Anyway, those are all my new books that I've gotten over the past week and a half. So now I'm going to show you all the books that I received from the G-Man, aka Rob Galvin, aka the Comic Book G-Spot. And before I start, thank you so much again, Rob, for your hospitality, your kindness, and your generosity. You know, I've never been to your house. You're a very hospitable individual, and I appreciate that. Starting off with Marvel Team Up number 114. Spider-Man and Falcon Team Up. Marvel goodness. I collect Marvel Team Up. I am actually in a deficit for this particular book, or that title. So yeah, that book it was very much needed. I didn't have it in my collection, which is cool. Staying in line with the Marvel Team Up, I have Marvel 2-in-1 number 33, The Thing and Modred the Mystic. Dope cover. I don't know what the Thing now they're doing. I guess he's trying to save a life, but yeah, this is dope. I like this. And again, this is a book that I didn't have in my collection, so I appreciate Rob for doing what he did. Staying in the vein of Marvel 2-in-1, Marvel 2-in-1 number 82, The Thing, Captain America, Bill Foster, aka Giant Man 2, aka Goliath. Right. Marvel Tales 213, starring Spider-Man and the Punisher. They roughing the brother up, but I think he's not playing nice. So I wanted to say that was Moses Magnum, but I don't think that's Moses Magnum. But he got the Punisher in a particular way, and Spider-Man has him in a sleeper hole or a rear naked choke. So yeah, Spider-Man, Marvel Tales, Spider-Man, the Punisher, issue 213. All right. Gonna show off a couple of new books that he got me. Being that I am collecting Immortal Hulk, he came through right on time with this one. This is Immortal Hulk 33. Of course, this is an homage to Incredible Hulk number 1. I get that clear. This one is in some Mylar, so it shines like 409. But yeah, Immortal Hulk number 33. I don't know which variant it is, but like I said, it's a homage or throwback to Incredible Hulk number 1. And speaking of Incredible Hulk number 1, he threw a reprint in of the Incredible Hulk number 1. Now I have the Marvel Masterworks of this. I probably never have Incredible Hulk number 1. Not really checking for it, but the only way that I will have that is I'll win the Mega Millions, at least about $50-60 million. Then I'll go off and buy like the number 1s just by every comic book out there, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, Incredible Hulk number 1 facsimile. Alpha Flight number 3. This is the 3rd volume of this book. 3rd volume of Alpha Flight number 3. I didn't have this in my collection. Now I have the complete collection of Alpha Flight volume 1 and volume 2. So I think volume 3 only has about maybe 18 issues. And I am pretty sure that those books are in a dollar bin. I'll probably check Key Collector to see if there are any key issues, but I might get lucky and find these in a quarter bin. So now I'm gonna go to, I believe this is some Silver Age stuff. Actually, well, Bronze Age for the next book. This is Submariner number 37. I I actually own 2 books out of this particular run, 37 and the first appearance of Lyra. I'm trying to get this right for y'all. There we go. Don't fall. Submariner 37. I don't know what's going on in this book, but Submariner looks pissed. And it looks like Jack Kirby art based on Submariner's face, Prince Namor. So I was happy to have that. Based on what those books are priced for, at some point I may attempt to obtain the series. I do want Submariner #1. I would like to have a slab version of that book if I can. But yeah, this was another A-OK from Rob. Next book is Adventure Comics starring Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. This is number 333. I want to say this is a Silver Age book. I believe it is a Silver Age book. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head, but I want to say it is. So Rob actually, he broke me off with 2 of these. So he gave me Adventure Comics number 333, and he also gave me Adventure Comics featuring Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes number 345. Now there's an ongoing joke with the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion in reference to Superboy, Superman, his adult self or form, where most of Superman's books back in the day, especially in the late 60s and 70s, always show Superman getting dusted off. So we might do something with that in terms of comic book covers. Don't know yet. So it's an idea that we're tossing around as far as some additional content for the channel. Now, skipping up to the Bronze Age. I want to say this is Bronze Age. Yeah, it came out in 77. I'm a fan of Godzilla. If you watched our shows, if you watched the Off the Rack, you'll typically see 2 Godzilla movie posters on my back wall here in my bedroom. So with that being said, Rob decided to break me off with a Godzilla #1. It's in the Mylar and it is clean as F. So this is going to be one of the books. It's in really good condition. I already have this book already, and I'm working on completing that run. So this book is going to be sent off to get slabbed. Thank you again, Rob. And also, leave it right there for the time being, I got Godzilla #1. Oh, there we go. That shine. Godzilla #1, Dark Horse Comics. I'm also going to get this one slabbed as well. And once I get it slabbed, I'm going to find some kind of way that I can actually display it with my movie poster. So thanks again, Rob. And at the end of the show, or this particular video, I'm going to show one other thing that he got me that was Godzilla related. Have a few more books that I wanted to show off, and I'm pretty much at the end. Now, he gave me these 2 books, and he stated that they're called, oh my God, serials. I can't remember what he said. I have to look back at the actual video. But I was actually flabbergasted when he gave me these. Now I will probably never open these. One is called Fantastic Adventures. Now this book was actually released in 1948. Hence the reason why I will probably never open it. I'll probably find some way to kind of, I don't know. They don't slab books, CGC, PGX, or CBCS. They don't slab books this big because it's relatively thick. It's probably about maybe 1/4 of an inch thick, or maybe thicker than that. But he indicated that the book did not have many pictures. It just told stories. So, you know, it leaves you up, it gives you an opportunity to use your imagination when, you know, reading these books. So this one is Queen of the Panther World. I'm gonna lift it up a little bit. So Queen of the Panther World for this one. And then he gave me another one, Slaves of the Worm. This one right here. Ooh. Slaves of the Worm, folks. They ain't gonna stay. So These are some dope books, and both of them are from 1948. Next to the last thing I wanted to show was a Golden Age book. My first Golden Age book that I've ever had in my collection. Prior to this, the book that I had was X-Men #2, which was the first appearance of the Vanisher. That one was in 1963, I think. But this one actually trumps that one by 12 years. Blondie #27. First Golden Age book. I am very appreciative. Wowed me, for him to even do this, to reach into his collection and pull out something that he thought that I would like, and I love it. I am going to get it sent off. I have a few books that are in my queue to get sent off to be graded. This one and a couple of Silver Age books that I have, I'm most definitely going to put on the list to get graded next. So yeah, this one's going to be graded. Don't know what it's going to come back as. It is in pretty decent condition. I will consider pressing it, cleaning it to see if I can get a higher grade. But yeah, I am really digging this book. I read Blondie back in the day, comic strips, and for me, I think they had a cartoon at one point too. But nonetheless, I am very satisfied and happy that he decided to grace me with this particular book. So last but not least is an item that he got me. If I can grab it, I'll move this out of the way. Due to my love for Godzilla, G-Man got me a Godzilla action figure, raging through the world on a rampage of destruction. It's alive. King of the Monsters. Show a couple of side panels of the book. The action figure. And I'm gonna show the back too. This is Godzilla breathing out his atomic fire. Not fire, but fire. So I thought this was pretty freaking cool. Pretty nice. So this is not gonna come out the box, not ever. That little thing that I put on there, but it's all good. Savage action. Authentic color scheme, just like the 58 poster, 56. And then dynamic violence. I didn't even know violence could be dynamic, folks. But it is, and it can be. But that is my haul video for today. As indicated, I have a few more hauls in me to do. If you like this particular video, just hit your like, or like the video. You know what I'm trying to say. If you are new to the channel and you like the content, subscribe. If you have friends that are into the stuff that we're into, share. And come back. We have live streams on Saturday. A video was just put up for the Comic Confab for book 2 of the 3 Jokers for Batman, which we having a wonderful time talking about the series. We have 1 and 2 up. We hope to do number 3 live. So if we can make that happen, we will. That way we can have participation from whoever wants to join us. Now we do talk like 3 hours plus long, but we enjoy doing it. So again, like, share, subscribe, share, and that's going to do it for me. Be on the lookout for other haul videos. I might do one with just some mutant back issues of books that I pulled recently. So yeah, with that being said, this is Al with the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion crew signing off. Hoping you all have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.